we're going to brawl. Now Sean's on the outside.
Yeah.
Which means that he is the fighter with the initiative. He's the one dictating how it's going to go.
When he does that.
He does, and Terence can take advantage.
Exactly.
If Spence does knock out Porter, does that put him above Spence in welterweight, do you think? Or is he already?
No, he hasn't proven as much at welterweight, but I suspect he's the best welterweight in the world. But that's the whole thing. It's just you suspect that you don't have the evidence yet. If he has a better time with Sean than Spence or Thurman for that matter, then that's a good piece of evidence. And then it becomes, okay, who wants to make the fight and who doesn't? And if Spence or Thurman or whoever never really wants to make the fight, then they won't fight him. And then we'll look at what he did against Porter if he wins, and if he wins more impressively than them. That's still a big if. Sean is being a little disrespected here in terms of people just assuming he's going to lose by a wide margin. He really doesn't do that. But if that's what happens, then people will draw their conclusions that the PBC guys were using the street as an excuse.
What do you think about Canelo moving up to
Hold on, he didn't ask yet. Go ahead, what?
They got rumors here that Errol's going to be ringside for tomorrow's fight. Is there any kind of indication that this fight if Terence is successful, that'll be the next one that Errol's coming to look to see firsthand?
If Errol's there, you would hope so. What's the number one fight you can make in combat sports? Combat sports is Crawford and Spence. And think about this one. How many times in the history of boxing, has there been two guys in or around their primes, in or around their best weight division, who are both boxer punchers, meaning we've seen them win big fights on boxing ability, because Errol Spence outboxed Mikey. Oh, Mikey was moving up, everyone shut up. Mikey's very, very good. And Errol Spence beat him behind the southpaw jab and his defense. We know he's a boxer puncher, right? They're both complete fighters. Spence, high volume of punches, real punching power, hand speed, boxing skills, can play defense, has shown heart, chin, stamina, like what other body, head, what do you want? And Crawford, plus he's a switch hitter and all that. How many times have guys with those styles, in their primes, in their best divisions, both been undefeated, both been top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world? Let me put it another way. The winner of that fight would be the best everyone would say that's the best pound-for-pound fighter. Agreed. How many times has that happened in the history of boxing? De La Hoya. Trinidad was not a boxer-puncher. Trinidad was a destroyer. Ike Corte was not a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, top 10. Mosley De La Hoya wasn't undefeated. The closest is Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. But Sugar Ray had lost to Roberto Duran. Right? So like I'm just pointing out, I'm not saying it's the best fight ever. I'm saying it is a very rare, maybe even a unique circumstance. And if Crawford beats Porter, again, let's not rush there because Porter's here for a reason. If he does, that's the best fight you can make in combat sports. And if it doesn't happen, fans are going to want to know why. Maybe Boots, we got to see Boots on the next level, but Boots is very promising. He has deep skill, and the only question is, does he have the level of fast twitchy to now take it to the next level? Because usually guys who are as skilled as Boots, what separates them do they turn out to be really good world-class fighters or great world-class fighters depends on if they have that next level speed, right? So against a lower level of fighter, Boots can look quick, and he is quick, but now we need to see him against that next level. He's obviously very skilled.
Hey, you mentioned Thomas Hearns. How much Thomas Hearns doing a dream match with Bud Crawford? What's your take? Hey, we got our wish. What would it be?
Bud is like Tommy Hearns at welterweight only ever lost one fight to Sugar Ray Leonard, and it was Sugar Ray Leonard's best night, and he had to come back in the fight to do it, and by the way, needed 12 rounds, wouldn't have gotten it done. So like Hearns at welterweight is no one's unbeatable, but it takes like one of the best fighters ever in his prime on his best night in a come from behind win. That's Hearns' only loss at welter. Maybe Bud could do it, but Tommy Hearns was different at welterweight, different.